Pick up a window-like frame at the craft store and create an easy winter sign. Start by cutting acetate sheets that are slightly larger than the opening of each window pane. You can use a dry erase marker to sketch or write your designs, or find clip art online to use. Keep the designs simple so that they are easy to trace. Once you've printed out your designs, attach one to each acetate pane. Tape to your work surface to keep your work from shifting, then start tracing. A chalk paint pen is easy to use, and any smudges or mistakes can be easily erased. You can also go over any areas that are sheer or see-through. Let the paint dry completely before attaching the pane to the frame. For easy removal, we like to use museum putty, which will keep the panes sturdily attached but can be taken off when needed. Now hang your frame and send some winter cheer.
With the holiday season around, it's time to head to Dollar Tree and grab some of these inexpensive foam boards. In fact, first thing I gotta do is put all of the foam that I have up against the window. I'm gonna lay it on its side or straight up. It's gonna give me kind of an idea of what I wanna do. This one is a snowman. I did a silhouette with a projector and just put it right across the first foam board. Just outline all of it right around the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to get a good outline, and that way it's easier to cut out. Place some cardboard under the foam board, and you can use an X-Acto knife or any kind of razor knife to cut through. Best thing to do is go slow, be careful, these knives are sharp. Just go ahead and start cutting all the way around the edges. Doesn't have to be exact, but just go ahead and cut. Make sure you get all the way through. There's nothing more frustrating than not being able to get it out. So once you cut it through, take little sections out at a time. That makes it a lot easier, especially on these bigger projects. On this next one, this is a bunny rabbit that we have that's standing up on its hind legs. I'm using a different knife on this one just to demonstrate that you don't have to stick with just the X-Acto knife. So we'll cut out the whole thing right around the edges, and we'll just pop that rabbit out. If any edges stick, just use your knife, cut it around, and then just give it a pop. These foam boards come across and come apart nice and easy. Next thing we got to do is we're going to put these silhouettes right up against the window. It doesn't take much, but I'm going to use some white tape for this. That way it doesn't show against the white background. So take the tape, circle it up on each other. It doesn't take much. For this one, I just needed 2 of them, and I'm going to place it in the window. Now, something I noticed was when I put lights behind my silhouette, the lights will show through. So take some black or royal blue and paint the back side of your silhouettes. Now, this might look like a mess, but it actually has a rhyme and a reason for it. Take those lights, these are 20-foot strands, and place it all up in the back of the silhouettes. Not too close to the edges, but as you can see, this is a test, and it's going to look really good. The next thing we got to do is put another layer on. I took 4 pieces of the foam board, put them together with white tape, then did a cutout of a large Christmas tree, and then put it on there. Now this one doesn't stick exactly against the window, but holds up a little bit because we're going to put a little bit of a shadow in there. Once we do this, we're going to head outside and we're going to see what it looks like with it lit up. So here we go. With the lights on, you can see it. We added a little bit of blue behind the Christmas tree. There it is. And look at this. So amazing. Just lights it up for everybody out on the street to see. I hope this inspired you to build your own holiday window silhouette. Thanks for watching Hometalk, and we'll see you next time.
Pick up a can of spray snow. I'm starting with some paper stencils. I cut these using my Cricut, but you can cut them by hand or purchase stencils. Once the stencils are up, I'm going to shake that can of snow really well and just do a couple of light coats. And then while it's still wet, I'm going to pull off the stencil. Next, I cut the letters for the words "Let It Snow," again using my Cricut. Now I'm just going to tape these up to the window. This works really well with some double-sided clear tape. I'm going to use that spray snow and spray around all of the letters. Then I'm using a tweezers to gently pull off those letters so I don't disturb any of the snow around it. And now I have this really cute winter scene on my window. And I love that when I'm done, I can just wash this all off. It's completely water soluble. I hope this inspires you to create a winter scene on your window. Thanks for watching Home Talk. We'll see you next time.
I'm Jennifer Howard from Cottage on Bunker Hill, and you're watching Home Talk.
Today I'm going to show you how to make some nice winter planters for your front porch using fresh greenery. And I'm using a planter. I'm recycling it from the summertime. This was once filled with pretty flowers. It's already filled with dirt. That is going to hold my greens in place. I'm using the same planting formula I used when I'm doing my summer planters, which is Thriller, Filler, and Spiller. Right now I'm going to use this common pine as my spiller. It's very flowy and it'll go over the edges of the planter. Now that I have it filled in with the pine, I'm going to start adding some different spruces to give it some more height in the middle. Now that I have all the spruce filled in, I am going to add just a few sprigs of juniper with some pretty blueberries. Now let's go inside and warm up because it is cold. I'm taking some large pine cones that I have, and I grabbed a sturdy stick from my yard, and I'm going to hot glue the stick onto the pine cones, and we're going to put that into the planter. And I made 2 pine cones for each of my planters. And to give the planters a festive look, I have some red winter berries we're going to add right in the middle, just a few sprigs. Now I have some pretty ribbon, and I'm going to make a really simple bow to add to the planter. I'm just making 5 loops, and I'm going to secure them with a pipe cleaner at the bottom. And one more pretty touch I'm going to add. I grabbed some branches from my yard and I'm giving them a coat of copper spray paint. While I was waiting for the branches to dry, I added a string of lights to my planter. And now I'm just going to pop in those branches. And here's my finished winter planters. I'm Jennifer Howard from Cottage on Bunker Hill. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and I'll see you next time.